All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is a fashion experience, International Red Fashion Experience. Today the show is going to be about family. Due to the fact the holidays are coming up, I thought I would speak on the family because families are very important. The tradition of going to these fairs, picnics in the summer, Thanksgiving and Christmas, going to one family's house, that's something that families ought to keep doing. Families are losing that value in the system. The families are not doing that anymore, and the reason why is because the older people that are doing it are fading out. The younger people are not picking up the ball and giving the picnics or giving the Thanksgiving dinners, the Christmas dinners. You know, the things that we grew up on. We grew up with this type of activities. Holidays are for family. That's a family affair. Holidays are for families. So if you do not pick up the ball, the younger people, from where the older people are fading out, then it goes away. I have to commend my sister for keeping it up. You understand me? After the people that left, that she was raised up under. When they left, she picked it up and carried it on. She's been carrying it on since Kingsland and carrying it on. She had stopped for a minute because she was thinking about, well, hey, these younger people should do it, but they didn't do it. So she picked it up and did it for me and my nephew Eric because we didn't have nowhere to go because we didn't have family. So it was like, if she didn't do it, we wouldn't have had a Christmas or Thanksgiving. So I got to commend her for doing that, and she need to keep doing it regardless if Eric's not there or if I'm not there. Keep doing it as long as you can, because as long as you have the setting for the family, you have the house and the environment, do it because you will be blessed behind it. It's a good thing to do. Because families need a root. They need somewhere to go to. Like if you look at Soul Food, Big Mama's house, they always went there. That was a tradition. That's where people went. That's what people did. That's what made family first. That's what made family understand each other, get to communicate, show love for one another. This is what it's all about. Life is all about that. That's one of the greatest things in life you can have is family. I mean, you can have money, you can do all this, but all this working and all this striving and all these things that you are doing it for you can have the enjoyment of being with your family. See, if you're fortunate enough to be young enough to have a family, like kids that you be with and your wife, well then you go to them and you go see grandmother, and you do like you do. This is how it goes. You understand? But don't always expect grandmother to be doing the cooking. And if she don't do the cooking or go over there, then you don't go visit her. You invite her to your house. You understand? Say you're in your 40s. She's in her 70s or 80s. You invite her to your house and all the families come to your house. You guys should rotate. The ones that have a nice house and living good, they should rotate the event at different houses. Every year they should have it like 1 year at this house, the next year you go to them people's house, you go like that. And then there's no pressure on the one person. It shouldn't just be one person having this responsibility every year, all the holidays, you go to one person. No, it should go venture out for other people that have families. The ones that have families and that have the family setting, they should be the ones to hold that. I mean, that's where you got a house from. Why you have a nice, beautiful house to show off and share and be and enjoy. These are the things you do. So you go to different people's houses. If the people are out of town, then you make arrangements to go to their town, to their city, to have an affair. If they're willing to have it, you have to make the sacrifice to get there. It's just like a vacation. You go if they're in Chicago, or if they're in Arizona, or if they're in Denver, or if they're in Seattle, you go there. That's part of your responsibility, is to get to where the event is at. All families should be able to do that. If they don't want to hold the event, then they need to go to the event, is what I say. You see what I'm saying? To where it's all a family. This is things, it's an unwritten rule that families should be together on special occasions. It's just like, it's something that they've been doing for years back, if you think about it. Southern hospitality, down south, they do this frequently. That's why I see it done the most. Every time that family got together, when they all were in town, they would have an event. They would have a big party. They would have fixed food, and they would do that, you know. And it usually was people in the South. But the point of it is, people need to keep doing that, because when we were doing this years ago, I'll say 20-something years ago, when we were going to the parks, the picnics, family was thick. About 25, 30 years ago, family, our family was. We were happy, we were all together, we were all meeting, hooking up together, picnics, the whole families would come out. These times, those things have changed. These younger people are not doing that. I don't see them doing it, because if they were doing it, they would invite the older people to come, because that's what makes family family. You invite the people. These people now are distant from each other. The young people don't know the other young people. This is a chance for young people, cousins and things, to know each other. A lot of these people don't even know who their cousins are or who people are, because they don't go to these gatherings, get together, so they can't do it. So they can be united and get together with one another. You know, because this is something that needs to be done. The young people need to know their own families, or their close friends of family. Or say, if your grandmother has a boyfriend or a man, and he's a good man, and she cares about him, and she's seeing her granddaughter, and then her granddaughter, you know, has friends that are relatives of the other spouses. They should all get to know each other and be close with them. That makes family. That brings family together. Their family and his family, then they got that. That brings family. That's family. And then they raise up when they're young, and they raise up and they be friends, or they be noticed. And these are the best friends and family you could have, is ones that are family. You know, because you meeting strange people out in the street, that's not healthy and that's not good. You know, because you don't know who, and the love is not there all the time. You meet people in school, you meet people certain places, you got a better chance of, you know, being around a better breed of people, being around better people. You know, you want to be around good people. Most people that have a family structure, they're structured around family. These people are actually good people due to the fact they're into the family. I noticed when I was coming up, people that were into the family, that were really into the family, they had a more wholesome and more fulfilled life than those that didn't. I remember when I was in the streets, I'd be in the streets, and I noticed when I was in the streets, I was blessed, because I would come home Christmas, I'd be in Seattle by myself doing my thing. But when Christmas came, I'm there with my mother. We'd go meet my mother, go and drive into town, and we'd go to my sister's, and we'd have Thanksgiving and Christmas, whatever we'd have. But we had family time. It was a family, all the family was together. Her kids, my sister's kids, everybody was there. Cousins and nephews, you know, we did that. That was a traditional thing we did. Now I notice that it's not happening. And this is what I don't understand. I'm not saying it's not happening with all people, but I don't see it as much as I used to. You know, I see it on TV, but I don't hear about it with friends and stuff. The friends I have, I know that they don't go nowhere for them. They might stop by and pick up something, and somebody. It's not like they really invited to have a dinner or have something. You know what I'm saying? You had 3 or 4 people. It's not family. I know they had a picnic in the summer. I didn't go to it. It was 2 or 3 people. You know, I mean, that's not. You got to have family and friends, or have a big event at a club or something like that if you're gonna have a party or whatever. Otherwise, if you're just having a barbecue in your backyard and it's only 2 or 3 people, well, then that's like a private affair. You know what I mean? It's like a private thing. It's not family. And none of those people were family. They were friends. So I don't consider that a family event. I'm speaking of actual family. You know, blood related, or not blood related, related to the blood, like a spouse, or boyfriend of a family member, or a cousin of a family member. You know, some relation where it's you know, where you consider family. And these people are not doing that. I don't see it. You know, they might be people doing it. The people that are doing it might be doing it, but I don't see it. That's all I can say, is that I don't see it myself. And I'm 69 years old, and I know The last 20, 25 years, I haven't seen it. You know. And I know this last year, the pandemic was, took us to a different dimension. But I'm talking about before the pandemic. What really happened was, people were not, being like family. You know what I'm saying? And even the ones that were close, that were doing, like I said, they're getting older, so they don't have the energy and the stigma to deal with it, So what happens when the ones that are doing it stop doing it, if the other people aren't picking it up? Then it goes all the way away. That's the point I'm trying to make. The young people are not doing it. They're not, I'm not saying they don't cook. I know they're not opening their doors for no gatherings. I haven't seen it. You know what I'm saying? They might give their kids a birthday party. And then they invite the kids' friends or their friends. They don't invite family. See, this is another thing. You don't invite family to these events, but you invite your friends and their friends. And you know what I mean? That's not a family affair. When you don't invite family and you don't include your family, your blood family, then it's not a family affair. And this is what I'm speaking on. The family events where your family is involved. Sure, I know you give parties with your friends and all that. I see that all the time. That's all you do see is young people giving parties with young people for young people. You're thinking about yourself when you do that. When you don't give parties to reunite your family, your mother, your father, your grandmother, your sisters, your cousins, you know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. That's when it's a family affair. And this is what the holidays are for. The holidays are for that. You see? For family. And then you have a few friends or you have a few people over. That's cool. But it's supposed to be your family is supposed to come. They're supposed to be invited and they're supposed to be there having a place to feel good and enjoy the holidays. You see? And they shouldn't feel inferior. They shouldn't feel bad if they don't have no money or if they don't, they're not dressed up. They shouldn't feel bad about nothing. They should go over there with hospitality and go there feeling appreciative and really feeling good about themselves, And that's one thing I can say about my sister. I'll say her name, Barbara. She did do that. And she did invite, like I say, me and my nephew. And my nephew, he wouldn't be dressed up or nothing, and he was in his disease. But we still gave him love and showed him love. And that's what you're supposed to do. That's what's supposed to be done, and it's supposed to be done continuously. It's not supposed to stop. You see, this is part of life. And these traditions that we did, older people did, they should continuously going and growing. See, this is from the family. It's not no good. You got to hug and hold on to family. Family is all you have when you really break it down. A lot of these people don't understand that. These young people coming up, they disregard their family. They don't be around their family. They don't go to their family. They go to their friends and strangers and different things. They should be able to go to their family. And families should be able to open the door for their relatives. If they're in need, say if your relative's in need, if they need a place to stay, and you happen to have the place to stay, you should give it to them. You should open the door and let them in. I know years ago that we did that. We let them in. They let me in, and they let my nephew in, and we stayed, and it was beautiful. These things happen. Nowadays, people are feeling bitter. People change their attitude. I don't know if it's who they're with when it comes to a mate. I don't know what the problem is, but you can't let people change you. You have to stay who you are. Stay yourself. Don't let nobody change who you are. You understand? Now I'm gonna segue this into changing, staying who you are. What I mean by that is, don't let nobody change you. Don't let nobody steal your joy. Be who you are and be the best person you can be. Don't let nobody discourage you about who you are and who you want to be. Be that person and be that person in a great way. And I'm going to tell you why it's important for you to do that. Because sometimes people get with someone and they let those people change them. And the person that got with you for whatever reason it was, they got you because of the attributes that you have and who you are and what you are. Because if they fell in love with that person, that's the person you are. Don't let them change you. If they don't like something about you, then you let them go on down the way. You don't change for them. You be who you are. Because they accept you for who you are and what you are. That person that you are is a great thing to be. If it's not, then they have to accept it. Or you change because you want to be a better person. You change because you want to be better. You want to be better each and every way, each and every day. So if you change for the right reason, if you're changing to be a better person because you want to grow and you want to improve yourself, then you do that on your own. Don't let nobody fool. Don't do something, change and do something because somebody else, they want you to do it. And it might not be right. If it's not right, don't do it. Stick to your guns. You got to have principles and morals. If somebody tell you they don't like your family and it's your mate and they don't really bother with them, and then you disregard your family and friends because of them, no, you don't do that. You let them go before you do that. You don't do that. You don't let nobody run and control your life because you're not being your full self. You're not being fully enjoying your life. And you don't want nobody to steal your joy. You want them to enhance your life. Two people get together, they're supposed to grow and supposed to be better each and every day with one another. You know what I mean? Perfect combination like I got. See, that's why I'm saying a lot of people are jealous of that because they don't have it, they don't know how to have it. And they compromise their goals and their objectives because of somebody. You're going to let somebody that's not as good as you make your choices for you on how to live and not life. And you've been around longer than them and you're smarter than them, but you're going to listen to what they got to say. And it's not right. No, you don't go along with that. Ain't no way in the world I'm going to go along with somebody that's not telling me something right. If it's wrong, if it's right, then I'll go along with it and I would embrace it, or I would listen and consider it. But if it ain't right, ain't no way in the world I'm going for that. I'm not going for it because I got a mind of my own and I got sense. And I try to do what's right because I want to be a good person. I'm not trying to be bad. But for you to do that, you have to understand. You have to really, really understand that in life, there's choices. You have to make choices. Choices with the mate you be with, the people you love, you know what I mean? And the people that you might love that you can't get along with, that you have to keep distance from. Because you may not agree with certain things they do and how they live. Because I'm not going to let nobody disrespect me or neglect me or not, if they don't accept me, then hey, oh mine, it's all right with me. I'm going to live my best life every day in the best way because I only got one life. And I'm going to live the best life that I can live. You know what I mean? With me in mind. Because hey, I know people are going to be jealous and people are going to hate. But you got to make the right choice in living your life. And make the decision. Don't let anybody make decisions for you. And if they say something or they do something and you don't agree with it, let them know. Let them know. Don't hold back and go around it. If they feel a certain way about something and you feel differently, you let them know how you feel. They can accept it or reject it. Don't try to go along with them to get along with them. You understand? Let them know. And if they don't want to understand that, then get away from them. Certain people, I don't waste the energy. I keep it to myself because I know I'm not going to see them no more. And I'm not going to be around them, so I don't even waste my energy. You know, but people that you know that you're close to, that you let them know your opinion on whatever it is, when it comes to certain things. You let them know. You know what I mean? If you don't agree with it. And they can accept it or they can reject it. Because a lot of people, they come from where their experience and where they lived and what they're about. Like when I come to tell people about going places or doing things. Okay, you don't go to clubs, you don't go to this. I don't go, but I go when it's an occasion. When it's an occasion, I'll go to be spur of the moment. And I go to support people and do things that's right as a person to give support to different things that we do. And I try to be a great person in doing that, you see. But the point I'm trying to make is that you have to be your best self. You can't let people change you. Your friends, they feel a certain way. If it's negative and you're trying to be positive, then you gotta stay away from them. Because if they're not going to get better with what they do, then all you can do is understand that life is to be lived, and you live your best life. Don't worry about the next people. See, I'm not in the hipping business. I ain't trying to hip people to this and then people to that. They do their thing and they go for what they go, and that's it. I ain't got time for it. Because I'm the kind of person, I'm living my best life, me and mine. I don't care what other people think. I ain't got to even tell them. I don't try to prove nothing to nobody. I ain't got to explain that to nobody. If somebody don't like something I'm doing or whatever, and I like what I'm doing, then I just disregard what they say and go on about the way. I don't argue with them. I don't do none of that because it's not worth arguing. If they don't agree with me, I just let it go. I don't have to prove nothing to them. I'm 69 years old. I done lived long enough to know what I want and what I don't want and what I like and what I don't like. So I don't have to worry. I'm not trying to satisfy nobody else. I live my life, and you live yours. When people try to tell you how you should live, people try to tell you what you need to do, if it's not beneficial to you, you let them know. If they try to tell you how to eat, if they try to tell you how to be on a diet, if they try to tell you this, don't, you consider it, you think about it and look at what they're saying and perhaps research it. But if it's not for you, then you don't do it. It's just like I used to, take ginseng and apple cider vinegar. I don't do that no more because I did it for years and I didn't see the benefits. So I stopped doing it. But the people were saying they swore by it. They worship it. But that's them. I've tried it. I've seen it. I did it. I've done it. And I'm through with it. And I go on to the next thing. I do other things that's healthy, that's beneficial to me, that I see results. Not because people are doing it and they say it's good. I've been through that at one time, but now I know better, so I do better. When you know better, you do better. And when you want to do better, you understand me, you're happy about it because you made that decision yourself. And you did the research so you know you're making the right choice. When you get on these diets or these different things, make sure you know what you're doing. Don't just do it because somebody else said to do it. You know what I mean? I don't even tell people about things no more because they find out for themselves or they do what they do. I'm doing what I do for me, and it's my business, and I don't even get into it. I mean, if I'm on a show and I'm talking about something like I'm doing now, that's cool. I'll do that. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. But other than that, I ain't got time for it. You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to live my life. And I'm doing what I'm doing. Like I might put colors on it that somebody may not like. But it's okay as long as I like it. What I do for me and not for you. So people got to better understand that, hey, I'm the man. And I'm doing it the way I want to. Because I can. You see? I do what I do for me. That's what people don't understand. They got to understand what's best for them. Like I understand what's best for me. When you once do that, you cool, man. You all the way cool. You know what I mean? We all got to understand that we live our life to the best of our ability. And that's what it's all about, is that you have to understand that. You see? You know what I mean? You don't do things for other people's satisfaction. When you're young, you're trying to find your way. Then you do what you do because you're trying to learn. You're learning things. It's always good when you're young to listen to older people and listen to find out. When you once get to a certain age, like me, I'm old people now. So I lead the way. I don't follow nobody. I lead the way. I know where I'm at. I've been through it. You understand? And I got where I'm at in life, honestly. So I've been through the trials and tribulations. That's why I love the place I'm at in life right now. Because I'm sure of myself and I'm at where I want to be at. You understand? I don't need to be trying to learn nothing from nobody. I know a lot of people write books and do what they do. That's their opinion. But I know I'm sharp and I know what I know. And I've been around. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have to, be intrigued by what somebody else said. Or what they did or where they live. Because a lot of people live a certain way. And I may not agree with it, but it works for them. That's cool. I'm just being the best me I can be. And that's one thing I know that I got to do. Is live my life. You understand me? And I'm a fashion coordinator. Fashion is my passion. Fashion is my passion. Fashion is my passion. You understand? Fashion is my passion. You understand? Fashion is my passion. As long as fashion is my passion, I keep doing it. You understand what I'm saying? And I do it for my satisfaction, not yours. So people say to myself, they say, man, red, something else, red this, red that. Man, red is being red. Red ain't going to be nothing but red. Red ain't going to be nobody else. Because I'm happy being me. And you better be happy being you. And if you're not happy, you understand, you better find happiness, because that's what it's all about. The key to life is happiness. A lot of people don't realize that. And it's a state of mind, but you got to get yourself in that state. You understand me? But I look at it like this. I mind my own business. I do my own thing. And I ain't got time to worry about what another person thinks or says when it comes to me. I take care of my business. I'm going to be on track, you understand? Because that's the way I am in life. That's the way I do it. I do it, you understand what I'm saying, in that direction. But getting back to family. Because because people think I got off track. I just segued into that for a minute. Family is everything. Family is first. Just like I said about making your decisions, do what you do. Be around family. Don't go try to change family. When you get around family, don't be arguing and trying to worry about what they do and how they live it. Let them live their life. You live your life. Don't try to influence them. You might have different values. You know, you might have a different system. They might be living a different way you living. They might be older and they might have a younger person that they with. You know what I mean? However, don't worry about that. That's their business. They happy, that's them. Don't worry about what they doing. People want to gossip and worry about what somebody else doing and how somebody else living. Let them live. Let them live their life and be who they want to be. Don't you worry about it. You know, that's what's wrong with people. They're always trying to be in somebody else's business. When all they need to do is handle their own business, you know. If you handle your own business, don't worry about them. The lady the other day was talking about it. Oh, this lady had a young man. You know what I'm saying? And then she said she had a couple of tenderonis. You know what I mean? This lady sent me something. It's okay. If that's what you do, that's your business. You do it if you want to do it, but you know the situation when you're in that situation. I did a show on it before, so I know I don't have to do it again. But that's your choice, and everybody makes different choices. That's best for them. That's what they choose to do. Don't you worry about it. Don't you get into it. You do your thing. And you ain't got to brag about what you're doing because other people may not be on the page you're on. Jealousy and all that stuff jumps up when people feel you happy and you appreciate what you're doing. That's what you're doing. Don't worry about what they're doing. Let them do their thing. You ain't got to convince them how your life is. You just live yours. You understand? And that's what I do. I live my life. I don't worry about the next person's life. They live their life and they do what they do. And the way I look at it is that they need to be appreciative. Appreciate that you have in life. And love your life and family. If you have family, appreciate your family and your friends that are real friends and family that's real family, because family is family. If you don't get along with your family, you don't have to see them every day. You don't have to see them all the time. See them occasionally and be at your best behavior. Don't be trying to have no dispute, trying to tell them how to live or tell them how you do. Don't keep them on a good note. They're living their life, you living yours. You ain't got to be around them all the time. That's how you get caught up in situations. When you be around people too often. You know what I mean? It's best not to be around people too often when you see you don't see eye to eye. You know what I mean? Really, it's best not to be around nobody too often but your woman and your children. You know, your wife and your kids, those are the ones you be around all the time. Other than that, even your mother, your father, you ain't got to be around them all the time. And they stay living in the house with you. You understand? And you're taking care of them. Other than that, let people have their space. Because that's the best way to get along with them. When you be around them too much and you be in each other's business, that's a bad thing. When they're there and they need help, be there for them to help them. Help them when they need you, but you ain't got to be around them every day. When they need you and they ask you for something, help them. Be there for them. That's what you do. But you ain't got to be up on them every day trying to be their friend and all that type of stuff. No, that ain't necessary. Tell them about things that you know, opportunities come up, things come through. You let them know about that. Other than that, you understand me, you don't know. You don't worry about it, you understand me. But anyway, this is International Red Fashion Experience. And I'm going to sign out with this here. I'm going to give you my last words on this. Is the International Red Fashion Experience. This show is about family and about being your best self. Don't let nobody steal your joy. Don't let nobody steal who you are. You be the best you can be. And don't let nobody change you. You don't let them change you. You be you. And I'm going to let that go, and I'm going to close my show. International Red for the record. The fashion experience. I show fashion by the way I look. I don't show fashion by the way I talk. I walk the walk. I don't just talk the talk. That's the best way to play your part. International Red for the record. Signing out. Over and out. The fashion experience.